What's going on, man? It's your boy Paul Q back with another video, man. If you haven't already, make sure to sub to the channel. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Paul Q, man. I do music reviews, I do interviews. I'm really trying to help the hip hop community grow. And with that being said, let's get into it. So today I'm going to be doing a review for an artist named Sly Caesar, a Jacksonville native, man, one of my very own. So the thing that I kind of want to talk about with Sly is that he submitted 4 songs to be exclusively reviewed, and I'm kind of going to go over these songs one by one. The 4 songs is I Don't, 10 Dimensional, Inspire, and I Wish. So kind of to start off with the song I Don't, I'm actually really fucking with the song a lot. I guess the only things that I personally don't really like that is like the talking going into singing in the chorus. I think that, you know, it should be something that's like, hey, let's vibe all the way through, not so much as talk and then kind of get into the chorus. But I think if maybe we switch that up and maybe throw a bridge in there, I think this song is a really dope song. I actually really fuck with the song a lot. Probably personally my favorite song out of the total that was sent to me for sure. I think that it has a lot of potential, especially because, you know, it has that island sound to it. And I think that, again, I'm gonna always say this, going into summertime, I always think that those songs are really dope to have, just because I don't know what it is about summer, man, that really just that makes that style pop more. Maybe because everyone's outside, you know what I'm saying, drinking more and so on and so forth. But I definitely think that this song has a lot of potential. But if we can maybe, you know what I'm saying, work on the chorus a little bit, I definitely think that it could be up there as one of my favorites. So 10 Dimensional, right? I think one of the issues for me with 10 Dimensional wasn't necessarily the song itself. I think it was the repetitiveness of the like trying to get that 10 dimensional scheme in there. And I think that it gets a little redundant after a while. And I think that, okay, so one of the things that I noticed, not from just this song, but I think in general, is you like that choppy flow, like that give it to you in bits. And I think that, like, that's cool, but you have to be careful with certain beats doing that, because the timing is tricky, right? So if I do this and the beat changes but I keep doing it, it might sound off. And in 10 Dimensional, you kind of get a case of that. I think around at a minute 46 to 2 minutes, the verse is kind of off of beat, like, completely. And I think that contributes to, you know, trying to do the choppy flow. And that's why I said it's very important to make sure that you when you're doing it, you just make sure you're timing it right, man, because it's a cool flow to do, but you got to make sure that it matches on par with the beat, because if it doesn't, then it's gonna fuck up the entirety of the song. And, well, maybe not the entirety of the song, but just that verse particularly. And I think that that's one of the bigger things to kind of note and take away from this, because I think that you did it actually and Inspired as well. But I think Inspired was an actual cool song as well. Getting into Inspired, actually, one of the things with Inspired is that the chorus is a little unclear. I think that it could be cleared a little bit better, just as far as, you know, using RVox to kind of like get that up there. And not only that, but I think that one of the things as far as Inspired goes, you want to make sure that the chorus isn't overshadowing the verse, because if the chorus is too loud, it makes it hard to hear the regular verse, and you don't want people trying to, like, having to go back and listen to try to make sure they heard what they heard in the verse. You kind of want to make sure that that's compressed to a certain degree. And while it's clear, and audible, it's still under the verse, so that way I don't have to, like, work too hard in order to hear it, because, you know, battle of the ears. But I think it's a solid song for sure, for the most part. I think that you know, from 10 Dimensional to Inspired, you can kind of tell that the choppy flow is definitely your go-to, which isn't bad. But I definitely think that as far as songs go, you want to look to have a variety of different styles that you can go to, so you don't give fans the same content all the time. You know, give them the same cadence, because after a while people do get tired of hearing the same thing from you. I'm not saying that to you directly. I think I'm just saying that to artists in general. Like, if you keep giving it, like the baby, right? Take the baby for instance. People have been complaining we keep getting the same flow behind similar beats, and we don't want that shit anymore. Kind of the same thing with artists like Polo G, where they do piano beats, and you know they rap good music. Sometimes it feels as though it can be the same, similar stories, similar topics, just because of how the flow is given off, and that helps get away when you write differently. Getting away from those kind of stigmas, because that can fuck you up as an artist. Honestly, once you get put in that box as someone who has a repetitive flow, some people might leave and never come back because of that. Same thing with Logic, you know what I'm saying? And his has a lot more to do with topics per se, but still the same in general, where he raps about being biracial and people don't give a fuck about that. Like, we don't care. So, and you keep constantly rapping about it, people will not only disassociate themselves from your music, but they'll also talk shit about future releases where it might be completely different. So that's kind of just one of the things that I wanted to touch on in total, just like as a big point, to make sure I got that point across. But outside of that, I think that it was a straight song. The last song is I Wish, and for this one, I think the auto tune was too loud. Could definitely use wave tunes on it a little bit more, and the purpose of wave tunes is to pretty much make your voice match the melodicness of the beat. So I think that would be a dope thing to use, just to make sure that you're getting the full length of melodicness that you possibly could get. I think that could take I Wish a step forward for sure, but I think overall there's definitely a lot of talent here. I mean, from all the music that I've heard, especially coming out of our city, you know what I'm saying, I think that there's definitely a gap, or there could be a gap between you and another artist, other artists that are here. And I think that if you keep putting music out and you keep working on it, it can definitely get there. And the last little tidbit that I would say is make sure, and this is something that I told an artist privately, but I think that it's good to kind of get it out there. When you're writing, make sure that you're trying to be descriptive as possible. I know that sounds pretty stupid, because I mean, yeah, I'm an artist, I'm trying to do that, but when I say that, a lot of artists have this habit of thinking that they only need to write one verse and that's it. And that's not true. That could be the furthest thing from the truth. If anything, I think one of the biggest things is writing a verse down and then writing another verse, trying to be more descriptive about the verse that you just wrote. And I think that will help a lot of artists' pen become better. And I don't mean not to say that your pen isn't elite already, but I think if you take time out to actually sharpen your pen, and not just write verses after verse, but actually visualize yourself trying to take something that you already made and making it better. And I think that puts you in a shape to be among one of the top artists in the game. So that's kind of my tidbit to you. I think if the penmanship goes up a notch, I don't doubt that you can write melodic songs, and I think that your punches and shit can be a little bit harder. But outside of that, I think if you do all that correctly, I think that it will turn out nice for you, man. I think that you're a really dope artist. I really want to help, especially because you're from the same city as me, and if there's anything I could possibly do to help you, you know what I'm saying, make it bigger. If you want to send me links, you want to do whatever, and I can support you as much as possible, definitely do that, bro, because I'm here for your help. Also, other artists, while I'm kind of wrapping up this video, if you want to reach out to me to kind of try to help market your music more, let me know, man. I want to be a resource for you guys to be able to kind of get you to the next platform. I'm working with an artist right now to get behind using an influencer who I think really could propel his career to the next level. So I think that if you have the means for it, if you want to, if you're down to do it, definitely give me a shout out, man. Definitely let me know. And with that being said, man, I think we pretty much wrapped the video up. Some last little bit of information. If you're an artist and you want to work with other artists, make sure to reach out to me, and I can send you a link to the Discord. We got engineers, producers, rappers, singers. We have digital media people in there, kind of just everyone just helping each other out and working together. But not only that, if you fuck with me heavy, make sure you sub to the channel. Also, before I forget, make sure you guys follow my Twitch channel, man. I got very nice content coming soon, and I want to make sure that all of you guys are a part of it. You get to witness a little bit of history in the hip-hop Twitter community. So with that being said, peace, love, and I hope you guys strive for your goals every day, man. They told me don't aim too high. Seeing is believing. I'm a dreamer, dreaming of what I wanna be.
hope you don't need